Today, we're going to check 10 tips to spy on your competitors' ads. And the end goal of actually spying on your competitors' ads and making sure that everything's okay at that level is to help you create more effective ads. And that's exactly what we're going to do today together. There are really strong insights and strong positive signs when it comes to competitive intelligence. You can, of course, see the advertising strategies of your competitors. Something quite interesting. You can check the creatives over time and how the creative strategy is changing and how their advertising strategy is changing as well. It's cool to spy them. It's cool to know what they're doing at any point. It's also nice to understand why they're doing something. And that's going to be part of some tips that we're going to give today as well. Looking at your competitors, pretty much the same way. It can also help you compare, understand their schedule, their velocity. And that's something key because it will help you make better marketing decisions faster. That's our own goal today, whether we're organizing sessions on emails or ads, landing pages, any kind of marketing assets that we're covering today. Our only goal is to make sure that we can help you make smart decisions without getting lucky. We're all marketers. We all know that it's hard to take decisions. Sometimes we do stuff and we're not really 100% sure it's going to be perfect. We try, and that's our work. It's great. When we're doing this, our goal is to make sure that we can back our decision with as much data as we can, whether it's consumer data, whether it's internal data, and competitive intelligence data has a key part to play as well, a key role. And that's why we're checking our competitors. That's why you should be checking your competitors as well. And looking at your competition helps this way. Which leads us to the very first tip that I do have to give to anyone that is actually spying on their competitors' ads, which is don't copy blindly what you see. That's the very first thing you should keep in mind when you're looking at your competitors' ads and what they're doing. Don't try to copy them exactly the same way. It's the main recipe for you to fail in two different ways. The first one is it might fail just because it's not working. It's not working for them. They just tried. It didn't work. They stopped. You spotted it at a time where they were testing something. It didn't work either. It didn't work for you. You just spent time doing something that actually wasn't working. That's the first. The second one is even if it works, yay, great news. You'll have something that works. However, you don't know why, and you're not sure if it's working for them, and you're not sure what led them to that decision as well. And the next thing is it's going to be super hard for you to actually iterate on that copy that you've just made. So the very first advice that I do have for real is don't copy blindly. And there are two things that you can do for this. The first one is, of course, don't copy altogether. Take them as an inspiration for what it is. Okay, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, they're doing that. I get as a whole what their proposition values is, why they're saying something that way, and take this for your own inspiration. That's the first one. The second one is the blindly part. You don't copy blindly, which is try to understand where they're coming from, where they're going, and why they've done something. Because if you understand why, or before they publishing a new ad, the previous variations of that ad or the previous test that they've made, if you get an understanding of this, then it's going to be much easier for you to actually understand where they're coming from and what they're really specifically testing. And so what you should be able to steal from a specific ad that you're seeing. So the first one, first advice, first tips, first hack really, because it's a recipe for a mistake, which is don't copy blindly. If you don't do this, you're way better with success, better positioned for success. Then, of course, get started. And get started, read free tools. There are a variety of free tools out there on the web that can actually help you figuring out what your competitors are up to, what they're doing. There are, of course, all the libraries, the official ones, and it works quite well. You have one for Facebook, for Google, for Pinterest, for TikTok, for a lot of the social networks out there. You have libraries that can help you figure this out. You'll have a few videos that I'm going to link in the description that can actually show you how to use them in this very specific channel too. You also have Panoramata.co that have a free version that you can use that will allow you to quickly check the most recent ads your competitors are publishing as well. Just for free, Panoramata.co. Just sign up, go follow your competitors there, and you're going to be able to see all their most recent ads automatically, and you'll see that it's always going to be up to date and several networks at the same time, which is quite helpful. Which leads us there. Check several channels. When you are looking at the competitors' ads, it's great, and we all tend previously to look at their Facebook ads or look at their search ads or look at one specific channel. And once you do this, you think you've done the job. It's actually not quite the case, because if you think at your actually, if you look at your own marketing strategy, you're probably not using several channels the same way. You probably have very bottom of the funnel stuff on Google search for the queries with the more intent, while you might have white papers and top of the funnel stuff on Meta. So it's really important when you look at how a competitor is structuring his ads to look at different channels. Again, you can have a look and get started for free. There are some tools like Panoramata.co that can actually help you do this automatically for all the networks at the very same time. Third advice, check several channels at the same time always. The fourth is also super important because it gives you the meaning of the ad. I'm going to say it this way. It gives you the autonomy, the quintessence of the ad itself. Try to understand who they're speaking to. We have different kinds, as marketers, we have different stages of the funnel that we can address in a very specific ad. We can address a top of the funnel audience, someone that actually doesn't know, someone that don't know if they have an issue, which kind of issue, and just advertise to them to let them know that maybe they have an issue that they might be able to solve. And that's a lot of education. And that's a very specific kind of ad that your competitors might do on, again, very specific channels. And they might be killing it with this, even if they're not spending a lot of money. But that's a kind of ad that they might be running as well. And at the other spectrum of the funnel, at the other side of the funnel, at the bottom of the funnel, you have the bottom of the funnel. The ads that are really directed towards an audience that is ready to buy. They know they have an issue. They know they're trying to fix it and they're looking for a solution right now. And those are ads that they might run, again, on a different channel. And here, maybe spending a lot of money, but they're spending a lot of money on ads on audiences that are hot already. So when you look at a specific ad your competitor is publishing, try to get a sense of, okay, when they've done this, did they address a specific stage of the funnel or not? If they don't, you'll probably find a better competitor somewhere else. Usually they do. But that will, even if they don't do the work themselves, you doing the work for them, it's actually going to be much more helpful for you to know how you can use the ads that you're spying on, use the ads that they've been publishing for your own use cases as well. When you spy at a competitor, do it with a goal, have a purpose when you're doing this. And the obvious purpose is to grow your company directly, to beat this competitor specifically. Understanding which ad is directed towards which audience is the first step as well toward understanding how they're structuring their marketing strategy and how you can actually do better than them. Then check their whole funnel. The ad itself is just half of, not even half, it's just the first step of the conversion. It's great to have a look at which ads they're launching. It's even better to actually check their whole funnel, the landing pages, and the checkout process that they have in place as well. The very first next step that they have after is, of course, the landing page, and that's something that you should take a look at 100% of the time when you're spying at an ad. The very first thing that you should check, if your competitor is doing a good job, is to check, is this ad directed towards a very specific landing page that resonates with the ad that they've published, or not at all? If it's not at all, then you can probably just skip the landing page. If they created a specific landing page toward a very specific ad or for a very specific wording, then you know if they've been doing this for a certain period of time, that they've been crushing it with them and that it works well. And that's something that you can take inspiration from and really is a really good tip for your market. For instance, here you go, you might know AG1. It's an American supplement company selling what they're selling, green, all-in-one supplements. And here you can see that they basically have one product, which is this all-in-one green supplement. And they have tons of different audiences they're advertising to. They have a ton of different ads that they're running. They have a tons of different proposition value. The most powerful proposition values they have, they've actually tried them with specific landing pages, whether it's AG1 positioned as an energy drink, for taste, or for demographic interest as well. So have a look at the landing pages your competitors are using every single time. Then doing consistently. Of course, you want to know what the competitor is doing. You want to really understand what they're up to and what's their rhythm, what they're testing. You need to actually check your competitors more than one time every single month. Once every month won't be enough to really get and understand what they're testing, what they're doing well, what's working for them, what they're insisting on, what they're doubling down on. To really understand this, you need to check your competitors often, consistently, get an understanding, see what they're repeating, which patterns they're using again and again and again in their ads, and that will give you the keys to really understand their marketing strategy as well. The same way, that's a tip that I do like, is actually have a look at the previous years, what your competitors have done in December, more or less last year. Or right now, I'm speaking, we're in March. So there's a Mother's Day coming in a lot of countries in the next few weeks. Have a look for Mother's Day in 2024, in 2023. What have they done? What was their offer? Usually when you plan your marketing strategy, you don't start from zero. You don't start from a blank state every single year. You use what you've done the year before and you iterate on it to actually make sure that you can do better. Have a look at what they've done the previous years. That will give you a serious clue on what they're planning this year as well. I love this one because it sounds simple, but it's quite hard to build effectively. Build swipe files. Make sure that when you see an ad that you like, when you see a landing page, an email, something that you like from a competitor, save it somewhere in an organized way, because you'll save hours when it comes to organizing your own inspiration and creating winning campaigns based on the inspiration that you've snatched from your competitors. Make sure to build swipe file, save them. It's super easy. Again, on panoramata.co, this is a free feature that we do have that will allow you to actually just save for free all the recent ads that your competitors have been publishing. You can build those swipe files for free. In the paid version, you can also build automated swipe files based on keywords. Really build the swipe files that you dream of. Spend a little bit of time on this, and over time, this is really something that compounds into helping you, making sure that you can create the best campaigns and beat these competitors. Advice number 9, compare yourself. Again, this is often overlooked. It shouldn't be, because it's the start of how you can actually improve your own marketing strategy as well. It's not just about looking at what the other is doing. It's on top of this, being able to compare yourself against them, against their metrics, against their creative metrics, if you don't have access to their private metrics, of course, but at least being able to say, okay, are they publishing more ads than I do? Are they publishing more videos? Which kind of videos? On which networks are they active? Which networks are they the most active on that I'm not? If you compare yourself, you start to put metrics where you should be putting metrics and actually improving the way that you behave against them. And again, improving your own position in the market towards your audience. And then this is the tip number 10. Automate this for yourself in order to save time and in order at the same time to have the best insight. That's one of the good news here for this webinar organized by Panoramata. Of course, this is the case here. Panoramata is going to be the platform that can actually help you automate this automatically and actually helping you tracking all your competitors' ads automatically, organize them into swipe files, do this consistently, helping you also get insights on what they've been up to recently. You can go here. I'm taking Pros as an example because it's one of the company that I do see the most active, at least on Meta, and the most consistently, and with amazing ads, amazing landing pages as well. This is what a brand page looks like on Panoramata. It's actually quite easy to just go on the ads tab here, search for your keyword, and actually get a sense of last year or 2 years ago for Black Friday with the keyword free, what were the ads that they've been publishing. You can also just click on the ads tab here, and you're going to be able to pick all the recent ads that they've been publishing as well on the different networks. It's then super easy to just go ahead, play the ads, or download it, or save it on one of your swipe files on the platform. Check the landing pages as well that they've created. We're also going to check the different version of the landing pages that they have in place. It's super easy to also, I love doing this, and actually Pros is a good example for this, to check all the different variations and hooks they've been using, the ones that they've been changing, and it just gives you a ton of ideas right now. It works for them. It's a great way to really get a good inspiration from your competitors. Again, you have the same for the landing pages, as we've mentioned. Here, you're going to be able quite quickly to actually see the landing pages that they've been using over time, if they've made changes as well. So this is, specific landing pages that they've been using. We're also going to show you, all the changes, but also all the ads that they've been creating towards a specific landing page as well. And that's one of the key things that we can offer you to really understand, on top of just the ads, but also all the funnels of your competitors. So that's for a very specific brand. I've been doing this for Pros. You can also do this at a market level. Here, for instance, coffee brand market, and it's one of the screenshots that I've been sharing. You can just quickly see for any period of time which competitor have been more active in terms of ads, in terms of email, which kind of ads, which kind of emails, and you can really get a grasp of what's happening in your market right away. And then pretty much the same thing on every given market. The Panoramata platform is going to help you make sense and track all the data for you about what your competitors are up to. So this is good for the coffee. You also have access to a dashboard and an insight part. Again, I'm going to check the coffee here. And so on top of just these brand pages, and each tab here is going to help you get more data about your competitors. I'm just going to show the calendar here, which is quite cool because it shows you all the most recent updates a competitor have been doing in a calendar format. So here you can see which days is my competitors the most active, summarize just what they've done any given month, and also use a specific keyword as well. So if I want to type glow here, I can, and it's going to tell me which day did they use this or that keyword. So it's a great way to also understand the content calendar of your competitors. Here you've got a summary, and then super easy on your dashboard, you're going to get all the recent marketing actions your competitors have taken. And if you scroll, really get a grasp, really get a sense of everything that happened within the market. If you're specifically interested in the ads, again, you can click here or in the feed or in the emails, and you're going to get all the recent ads your competitors, the companies that you're following on the platform, have been sending. And pretty much the same thing here with the insights part. It's even more powerful because here what we're going to give you are actually advices and recommendations on what should you take a look, what are our recommendations in order for you to make sure that you can create winning campaigns and actually beat your competitors. Here we're going to tell you what you should anticipate from your competitors, the main events that are upcoming in your market, the examples of which companies were actually active on this or that event. Again, this Eastern is coming. JV Coffee is one of the super active there. And again, here you're going to see every single recommendations that we might have on your market as well. And it behaves like this. We have this for the emails, we have this for the ads. The good news for this is that it's also 100% customizable for your specific use case. If you're in a very specific market, or if you want to have a look at something super specific for their ads, then the platform is going to be able to tailor these recommendations for you exactly. And again, here you have some examples on the ads that those guys have been running. And it's a great one, the platform, to just save those insights and then keep them for later if you'd like to. All right. That being said, of course, you can generate. So that being said, let me know if there's any question, anything that I haven't mentioned, something that's not clear during this presentation. I was super happy to actually check those 10 tips with you today. 10 tips to really spy on what your competitors are doing in terms of advertising. 10 tips to really spy on your competitors. To recap them quite quickly, again, don't copy blindly. The two words are important. Copy, don't do this. Blindly, even less. Try to understand what's really happening. You can get started with free tools. I've showed you Panoramata. There's a free version of Panoramata that you can use right away. There are also libraries that you can use all over. Check several channels. Don't always just look at Meta or just at Google, but make sure that you can check at least 2 or 3 different marketing channels. Understand who they're speaking to, which stage of the funnel they're considering. Check also their whole funnel, the landing page associated. Do this consistently to actually track the changes and the things that they're doubling down on. This is what is really going to give you the best insights on what works for them 100% of the time. You can also check previous years to anticipate. Again, Panoramata does this automatically for you, but you can do this manually and actually have a sense of what they are actually planning for the next weeks, for the next month. Real swipe files. Again, this is a screenshot from Panoramata. I've showed you, super easy to just save or download the ads that you want to keep for later. Compare yourself for better insights and in order for you to actually put metrics where you should be putting metrics and improving your position on the market, and then automate it. And in order to automate it, you know where to go, panoramata.co. Don't hesitate. If there's anything that I can do, happy to meet you here. Book a call, send me a DM or send me a message on LinkedIn as well, whatever is the easiest for you. And I'll happily, with the team, walk you through the platform. Thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. And wherever you are in the world, take care. Bye-bye.